Auto tester Andre Zimmermann says Skoda cars are known for good value. The Kodiaq is a particular car, but not terribly exciting to drive. We've come to Finland to see if that can change when we put the Kodiaq's all-wheel drive system through its paces. Andre moves to the passenger seat and lets racing legend Hans-Joachim Stuck take over. Under normal conditions, the all-wheel drive system only sends power to the front wheels, but the rear wheels can also be engaged when extra grip is needed. The electronic stability control system provides an extra level of road safety. Stuck says that you can have a more exciting drive by switching the ESC to Sport. That gives you a bit more leeway on turns, but doesn't affect overall safety. But in the wintertime, even if you got all the systems running, you shouldn't try anything fancy. If you drive too fast, you'll just get into trouble.
Denn du kannst physikalische Grenzen nicht brechen. Bist du zu schnell, fliegst ab. Also im Winter muss man so.
Stuck adds that it's always a good idea to drive defensively during the winter. Don't tailgate and take curves slowly. You can speed up again once you start moving out of them. But what if you do try to take a curve too quickly? Hans-Joachim says you should keep your foot on the brake pedal. The Kodiaq's anti-lock brakes prevent the wheels from locking up, but don't steer into the curve too sharply. The wheels will lose traction, and you'll get into trouble. You can ease up to get the situation under control again.
Also zumindest den Lenkwinkel nicht verstärken, sondern vielleicht, wenn man es sogar beherrscht, ein bisschen aufmachen, wieder Grip zu kriegen.
Of course, Hans-Joachim could do this sort of driving in his sleep. So now it's time for Andre to take over. Let's see how he does with the Kodiaq in sport mode. Andre says it's a bit of work to oversteer with this car. But Hans-Joachim points out that you just have to slow down or speed up a little. The system kicks in automatically. See, you steered right into it, and the system kicks in when you hit a certain angle. Andre says the Kodiaq may look kind of bulky, but it takes curves pretty well. Hans-Joachim agrees. The steering is well matched to the powertrain. It's a fun car to drive, but everyone should try driving in icy conditions, as a precaution, to get used to it. The streets in Germany are usually kept clear in the winter, but it's still good to know how to handle these icy conditions. You can try it on a parking lot that gets icy at night to find out how your car responds to wintry conditions.
Sollte man es jedem empfehlen, einfach die Reaktion seines Fahrzeugs einfach mal kennenzulernen.
Andre says it happens all the time. You just got your driver's license, it's been snowing, and you try to find a parking lot to practice on, so you would have your driving instructor show you how to drive in snow. Hans-Joachim says it's important to get a feel for how the anti-lock braking system works, and that just takes practice. You can't just slam on the brakes and expect the system to work, but ABS can make all the difference when it comes to avoiding accidents. Now Andre is going to test the Kodiaq all by himself. He's on an oval track, so there aren't a lot of unexpected curves, and that means he can really push the car to its limits. So, foot off the gas, making the back end seem lighter. And then if you accelerate and play around with the steering, you'll have to look out the side window to see where you're going. Andre says that you can really have fun with this car, at least on closed tracks, but only if you've had a winter driving course.